get it. I'll do the introduction right here. I got you guys ready. We're good? I don't know what that sound is, but we'll talk over it.
It's a bash. What up, bash?
3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the EG Pod Thunder with your boy, the young light-skinned Keith Sweat. Here with my guy, we go way back, my guy, Nadim, the co-owner behind the pads.
What's good, brother? What's going on, F?
Hey, I'm glad you came through. It's finally in the make. It's been like 6-7 months, but we finally got you here with a special edition with the newly crowned state champs of Rhode Island, finally taking the throne over the Hendricken Hawks. The LSA Rams, baby. The two guys had a key part of the game yesterday, and it was a great game, may I say. Let's start with my guy to my right, my guy Zell loading. You want to give a little introduction, baby?
What's up? What's up?
And to my left, all the way to the left, my guy Justin.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Fresh off the win, how do you guys feel? I'm assuming this is you guys' like first sit-down interview since the win. How do you guys? I mean, it's been literally yesterday. How does it feel? Is it like, still in you? Can you guys believe it? What's your guys' thoughts?
Like a champ.
Hey, like a champ right here on the Facebook Live. So what's your thoughts, Zell? Like you guys, this is your third straight for were you starting your freshman year varsity?
I got moved up.
Moved up. So technically it's your fourth year finally. So you're one time finally right before you go. How does it feel to finally conquer the Hawks?
It feels good, going to the state championship and losing is never a pleasing feeling, especially with that school in Warwick. They troll a lot, so we got to get back for our brothers in the past and for us this year.
So you're seeing facts real quick, Justin. So how do you feel about that? You feeling the same way?
I mean, I feel like all the Stallions, all Rams, all Lala boys, they hate that school award. But like with me, it's a different type of feeling being them, playing in that game. It just feels great to finally, do it.
Wasn't you there?
Yes. Let's not talk about that.
So on that pick six, what's your feeling? Like, can you describe that at all? I mean, even just finally the euphoria of winning. Never mind that pick six to seal the game, because I've witnessed plenty of Hendricken LaSalle matchups in the past, and somehow Hendricken it seems like you guys have it sealed in the bag, and then out of nowhere, Hendricken will make a play. They'll come back. They still win, and it's like, wow, what is happening here? So I don't think the game was over until at that point, because you never know.
Yeah.
Hendricken pulls out that magic. So that was a big play right there. So what's your thoughts process when you're seeing that happen? And you guys, was that in the playbook? Did your defensive coordinator tell you to watch out for that? What was going on at that moment?
Oh, all week. I told him I was jumping the pick, like the whole week. Because every year they run the same play like that they beat us on. Like, it's just always there. It's just pop pass. So all week, he's just like, stay alert, stay alert. I told him I was jumping one before the game, right before we got on the bus. And when we got off the bus, he said, let's get a defensive touchdown today. I saw it. I saw him roll to the right, baited him, jumped it to the crib.
Hey, that must have been the most euphoria feeling in the world. And as a guy, the coach, I feel like, like a father figure to these two, may I say, what's your thought process when you're watching that finally go down?
I don't know. You want to talk about this year or last year? Which one?
We can start off with yesterday's moment. So what's your thought process when you're finally seeing these two conquer?
Yesterday was extra dope because, and I got to go back to last year, bro. All right, I've been with these dudes since 2017, 2018, like straight, nonstop. 365 all year round. It's not just football season. With these guys, I get to help these guys get jobs. We work together. And I no cap, this man right here, James L. Lassiter, literally helped me, and Justin, they helped me design BTP. The first time that I can actually say that I traveled to really coach on some football tip was with these two. We went to nationals, and that really was the feeding point for BTP. So, being with them that long for that long amount of time, man, and me and Zell go back a little bit further. I don't know, Justin, did you play Edgewood Tiny Mike?
Yeah.
You was there?
Yeah.
So I remember Zell. I don't remember Justin, but Tiny Mike, we're talking what? This is 2009, 2008, bro? Yeah, Tiny Mice was crazy. So, last year, from 2018, everybody got successful. They was in 8th grade or whatever. He got selected to go to Hendricken. He got selected to go to LaSalle. A couple other guys went to some prestigious places. But it was funny, as they went prestigious, their coach did too. Like I got offered a position at Hendricken. So I took the position at Hendricken. I was there. It's an eerie feeling. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a weird feeling. Being a person that I am from Jersey, where I'm from, my neighborhood, loyalty is huge, bro. It's worth more than $1. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty is huge. Yep. So that's something that we live with. It's in my heart. I'm true to who I'm with. I'm loyal to the soil. So that being said, being a Mount Hope Cowboy coach, and if everybody knows, a lot of Mount Hope Cowboys, they end up going to LaSalle. So you end up, and all I'm doing is going to root for the kids I coached as youth. It just so happens 10 of them are at LaSalle. So it's not my fault. They could have been at Portsmouth. I'd have been at Portsmouth straight up, bro, looking crazy with some all red. You know what I'm saying? So
I think you're leading to the point where some people may be looking down upon you or talking trash behind your back, like, oh, Nadim's Hendricken. I thought he's supposed to be a LaSalle guy. So I think that's where you're leading towards right now. So you think you're feeling some type of way when, at that moment, are you like, wow, like I'm kind of betraying my guys, I'm betraying everybody?
That's the point. But it was at the same, like I even called Zell. We chopped it. I was like, yo, I got this. I seen Justin stupid because I posted on Facebook. I don't think he remembers. I was like, yo, I got a position. I ain't saying nothing. And Justin goes, I think he winked and said, Hendy? He said something like that. It was weird. And I didn't want to say nothing then. But, it was, as a coach, bro, I got to develop. Just like they got to develop as players. I got to develop as a coach. And having Hendrick being offered that position, I was hoping that they saluted me instead of looking at me like a traitor. Because to be offered that position, you must be doing something right. It's only a chosen few people I know. Keith Croft offered Lorenzo Perry a job. And I'm a part of that. I'm a part of that crew that he offered a job to. So you got to be up there to be offered that position. I took it. I went over there. Like I said, it was eerie. So last year, getting to the point, last year we had a state championship game. These guys were there. I'm the Hendricken varsity wide receiver coach, whatever. So I'm on the sidelines, you know what I mean? And they know me. Like I get amped no matter where I'm coaching. I coach with passion. So I'm turning these Hendricken kids up. We are turned up if they know how I get down. So I'm turning them up. You know what I'm saying? But still, let's go win this game. It was a weird feeling because, literally, I think this dude broke out with an ill run. And I'm on the Hendricken sideline. He broke for a run, and I'm standing there. I'm like, yeah. And then I looked around. Make sure nobody was looking at me. I was like, yeah, Zell, yeah. So I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to hide. And then I forgot who. I think it was Coach Jonathan Dixon. I think I leaned up on him like, Coach, that's my boy. Yo, but a sick game to be a part of last year. 40-49, that's an insane game. Nobody knew they was winning. Nobody knew until the last minute who was going to win that game, bro. That game was insane. Whether whoever lost, whoever won, just being a part of that game was nuts, bro. 40-49. I'm so glad I got to watch that firsthand. Now, coming to this year, I resigned from Handy early in the summer. And I got a chance to root my guys on full steam ahead. I'm in the LaSalle stands. I'm with the dogs. Me and Renz, Kendall, Unc Hurl and Perry. We in the stands going crazy. So so this year's feeling was extra dope watching my dogs.
You felt that dope. You don't have to feel like reserved. But you're like, oh shit, can I root for them? And I'm like,
I
worry about it or not.
I tell nobody no cap. I had my sunglasses on, but there was one time I think he did something because I kept yelling at him. We doing this for mommy. And I think at one point I kind of felt we was about to win. I can't lie. I was wiped. I was like this under my glasses. I was like, no, these dudes ain't about to win this. So I'm trying. I forgot. I think Christopher there, Coach Chris was talking to me. He's talking to me like right here, looking right at me. And I'm like this. Yeah, I think so, Chris. I think so.
This year or last year?
This year. Just yesterday, bro.
Wait, who said who's mommy?
His mother.
Oh,
his mother.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Zell's mom's going through a little something right now, so we just all keeping positive energy.
No, for sure.
For him to go out there and run his ass off for his mom's that's going through it right now, that shit was dope, bro. So I just kept reminding him, we doing this for mommy.
Can you hear that on the field? I think it's funny when we all know we've all played before when people on the sideline saying some nonsense, and you're like, dude, they can't hear you on the field. It's like impossible. But sometimes, I mean, Nah got that voice you can hear no matter what. So were you hearing Nah from the sidelines?
Definitely could hear him. You was hearing a lot from that side of the crowd.
That section?
Oh, yeah.
That section was wow. I thought he was going to throw us out.
So
For real.
getting back to what I was saying from last year. So how did you guys feel on campus? What's your guys' thoughts when you guys see that? Like your guy who's been helping you out since you guys were little kids, going through the system together and seeing that, because the rivalry is real. I've had plenty of Hendricken alum on previously, and they say that on the field battle is definitely real. So when you guys see that, your guy going to coach at Hendy, what are your thoughts, Zell? Let's go Zell first.
I was like, nah, it didn't, like, I was cool. Like, I was like, cool. Like, I don't blame him. Like, he got a good job, coaching job. Like, I don't blame him. But when it came to game day on the championship day, and he's using chants that he used to use, like, when we was on the team.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, yeah, what?
This
Click,
nigga's
click,
a
boom.
trainer.
I'm like, yeah.
What? This nigga's a trainer.
Yeah, it was up. It was up. He was I think one run I had got a first down. I stiffed on this kid, got a first down. I just flexed on that sideline. I was screaming too.
We talking about when you stiff arm Kamali?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Nah, Kamali.
I like this show.
Hey, Kamali came on the podcast and he actually shouted him out. People turned that to a reel. He's like, bro, Zell put me on a poster. I'm not gonna lie. He stiff armed the shit out of me.
He put that whole team on the poster. Everybody got it, bro. That was crazy.
Yeah, so you felt extra good. You're looking at Nah, you're like, this one's for you. This one's for you right here.
I looked him dead in his. I swear I looked him dead in his face. I said, yo, for real.
So you used that to some like intensity, some fuel to your flames.
I told him that was like, I'm not playing. Like, really, like, I was trying to win that game for real.
Nah, you want to hear the funny part? Is like, I'm cool with his mom. She like my sister, brother-sister relationship. So the game was over, whatever. What did she tell? Oh, yeah. She told my wife, Rose, she said, when you go home, tell the ops that I was like, oh, shit. I'm the ops now? Oh,
How about Justin? Can you not confirm he is the ops last year?
Yeah, that was the exact words I was about to say. Like the whole, like I don't know how I knew. I like knew before he announced it that he got the job at Hendricken. Like I forgot who told me, but yeah, I knew he was about to go there. Right, I was cool with him throughout the season because we ain't playing. But when the game came, I would say that he's an op. Like yo, and it's what Zell said, right? Because he did the same thing with us on my team. He got us hyped before the game. He took all the Hendricken boys, used our same exact chant.
No,
click, 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 click. What? I was like, wow. And look, it's even.
Sit up a little bit, but
It was even crazier, right? Because when the game first started, I think they started with ball, but they scored whatever. I started on offense. I didn't start on defense last year. So the first drive out there on offense, right? He says he ain't do it, but we come out. He starts talking about, yo, can they wear that on their face? Can they wear that? Can they have this? Because me and Jakai had tinted visors on. It was like a whole thing. It was just like, wow.
you keep bringing this stuff. You keep saying that.
Wow.
I'm not thinking about your face mask. Right?
Hey, anything
about
to
me.
win. Anything to win on the
Yeah.
sidelines.
But hey, I respect it.
Think about me. Think about what you talking about. There's no way I would say anything about a visor. Think I was worried about a visor.
Yo, I know Jakai had to take his off. That's
Refs got y'all.
So finally, you guys finally go out with the W. What do you attribute that was different this year opposed to your previous 3 years?
We just wanted it. Like, before the game, I got the guys rallied up. Like, we just, like, that whole week, we was just preaching, like, don't be selfish. Alumni is coming. It was just like, don't be selfish. And we just got it done. Like, we just didn't be selfish. He got a touchdown. I had a touchdown. Dean had a touchdown.
Two.
Terrence had a touchdown. Brady scored. It was just like, whoever can make a play at the moment, we just was like, all right, we're going to go with it.
Yeah, the white Mike Vick out there. I was saying, he was out here scrambling.
Yeah, I was calling him that all week because he was running a lot of practice.
I couldn't.
Like, all right, Mike Vick.
But all right, let's be real though. You guys are probably always saying that your sophomore year, your junior year. Let's not be selfish. What was like? Do you guys have a different game plan this time around? Because you can say that that was the real trigger. But I mean, it's been a lot of Hendy dominating recently. So I'm sure you guys had those same pump talks, stuff like that. If we're being real. So like, what was like the actual thing? Like, you think you switching over to less slot opposed to like staying consistent? Sometimes you think you guys can be in your own head and beat yourselves.
It was just, we wanted it. We just wanted it. like that. Like pregame, we wanted it. We just I can't like we just knew we had to like play for each other. Like we don't like them on the field. It's war for real. So we just play for our brothers and we got it done.
Hey, what's up? Hey. Do you have anything to say, Justin, about what was different posted this year?
I mean, I like to think like this class 2023 is special, and I think like the 2023 that entered LaSalle freshman and sophomore year, it was just better than every other 2023 in Rhode Island. Like the group that we played together growing up. Like we just been through so much, and like, cause like if you look at it, like the premier players or like that standouts in that game, we've been through like pain together. Sophomore year, junior year, like this year in the regular season, like we've been through it all together. Like and this year was like it wasn't for ourselves. It wasn't for our coach. It was for each other. It was like we don't want to let this person down. We don't want to let them down. It was for us, and we was gonna do that for each other.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, do you have anything to say? Nah, what as a coach and as seeing them on the sidelines, and you have no filter, you can't get in trouble. So, what would you say? Nah, was different opposed to every
I
other
figure out
year?
who this is. Man. Let's get hold on. Give me a second. Abby. Let's get real. This is the dude that started a war over a number. And he talking about all we got is us. Hold up, man. What the hell? Nah, good shit, Justin. Go ahead. What you say?
No, I'm saying so. Like, you have no. You can offend anybody you want. You know, they gotta. You know, I'm gonna see you talk your stuff for your boys. What would you see different on the sideline, especially being a coach of Hendy last year, being on the sideline this year, evaluating it from afar? What would you say was different opposed to this year, opposed to the previous years where Hendy would just consistently win and come out on top? What do you think? Can you say was different for this LaSalle group? Because LaSalle always got dogs. LaSalle always got that team.
Nah, but you know, like last year, Hendy had some dudes, bro, and they know it. They had some dudes that they didn't have this year. Not saying they were any weaker this year or that year, but there was some different guys there last year and that are gone now. That I said it at the end of last year because he ran wild last year.
Yeah.
And like bro, it was 40-49
Shootout.
Who loses? Nobody. Like nobody loses, bro. It's a win-win. Sorry the score didn't reach the way you wanted to, but I said it then. I said, yo, next year, I was on the Hendy sideline. I was like, yo, we in trouble because they couldn't stop him. He gave everybody, all their seniors, the business. I think he walked on Bibby's chest, choke slam Kamali, spin moved on Bless in the backfield. I forgot what you did to Duran. Cooked him with a hem in the hole. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that was somebody on that team last year, even they won that game, but they left on the poster. They left on the poster, bro. Straight up. So, coming in this year, the difference, I think they grew up. Because there was a statement made last year. There was a statement made that this crew couldn't do it. Only thing they were good for were youth championships. That was stated. I was in the room when it was stated. And I will never forget it because when the person was saying, they're only good for youth championships, I'm sitting there like, I coached one of them. Who you talking to, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold up. So I felt a little worried about that statement, but I heard the statement. And you know what I mean? And I told them, I like, yo, bro, they saying all y'all can do is win youth chips. Y'all can't climb over the mountain. Y'all can't rise up and be men. And I think that was the difference, bro. They finally rose up because they were hands down. And let me keep it a buck, man. Every single Mount Hope Cowboy on that field yesterday did his damn thing. And every number was besides 88, was a Mount Hope Cowboy, bro. 12, 6, 3, 2, 10, 44, 1. Bro, the list goes on. The list goes. The Mount Hope Cowboys on both sides of that ball had 10, literally 10 starters.
Yeah.
That's insane as a youth organization. That's insane.
It definitely is. And that was a perfect segue for the Cowboys. We have all Cowboys alum right here. And I'm glad you guys came by, Justin and Zell, because to get a different perspective from it too. Because my brother Brandon originally he played for the Cardinals, and I was like, this organization is just not what it should be for youth. all these coaches, they're all parent coaches. They all don't care. They all just giving their kid the ball 24/7. Even if their kid may stink, they're still giving it to them 25 times a game. They're not developing other players. They're making coaches paying for everything, paying for the uniforms, paying for the polos. They're stealing money. They're selling all these fundraisers are stealing money. They don't care about the kids. They care more about going to Florida for themselves than they do for the kids.
Yeah.
So we left them. Then we went to the Braves. Brandon got more playing time there, developed more, as a player. But then all the kids there were goofing around the entire time. The coaches over here playing throwing footballs at these kids, like playing grab after these kids, is what I was trying to say. And it's like, dude, what are you guys doing? You're supposed to be the head coach. You're fucking around with these kids, and then you wonder why these kids go to Tolman or Shea, and then Tolman and Shea have a two years where they're down, and they have one good year, and then 3 down years again, and they come back up because they'll have a special class of kids. But for the most part, they're not having that consistency like the Cranston West has, like NK has, because those schools are growing up together. They push the kids out to a good system, and then they go from there. So Braves basically was not it for Brandon. Now I'm like, you know what? Where am I going to go somewhere where it's not going to be parent coaches, where the coaches actually care for these kids, and they're trying to put them in a position to succeed. Long story short, they're like, kind of like interviews. So I'm like, met with Renz. I'm like, all right, this is a place where Brandon should go and develop. Mm-hmm. And then you were there. You had no ties to Brandon beforehand. And I think you did a good job of evaluating talent, putting kids in a position to succeed, and then developing that trust with the kid and having that kid believe in himself because you're instilling that trust with them and that confidence in them. Because I think that's one thing Brandon lacked before he went to the Cowboys was confidence. And I think you had a big part of putting that confidence in him, which got him to Hendricken and they got him that playing time, started, etc., all that type of stuff. And I don't think he didn't go to the Cowboys, he would have had that, and he would have developed to that next level. Putting him in that 7-on-7s with him, Badu, Fetty, that team was stacked. Marquise, all of them. Zell, whole bunch. Our entire team, Dean, the entire team was stacked.
Was the QB, yeah.
And that's the type of stuff you need to see. And like I think the kids can see that from afar. Like, all right, this coach really wants me to develop. And that's my long-winded story of how I think Brandon succeeded and got helped with Nah. I mean, you guys heard me saying, do you guys agree with that, Justin? Like, how are your thoughts when you're a kid and you see these coaches? I'm not sure your story, Justin, where you started the Cowboys first, if you went somewhere else beforehand. But how do you think the Cowboys helped you out as a kid?
So I started at Edgewood with Zell, but I ended up playing game day fitness when I was young. So like I was playing Edgewood in the summer. I was going to game day, and man, it's like a different environment. It's like football. Like they breed football players. And, like, I like to think I was always good playing for Edgewood. But when I went to Mount Hope, that's when, like, my play started to, like, transcend and get, like, reach the next level. Like, I went from playing running back, playing receiver, which I'm, like, blessed that happened because look at me now. DN, that's where, like, I started being a monster on the defensive side. And, like, it just brought the dog out of me, I like to say. And that year was, like, it also taught me how to, like, face adversity. With that team, like, we've been through a lot, and we just end up, like, fighting through it and going to nationals. So I like to think, yeah.
Not in the Cowboys had a big part to, developing you. How about you, Zell?
Yeah, just like he said, I started at Edgewood, and, I got to shine over there, but I just was like, we was losing too much. We was, like, we was going big the whole regular season, and we'll end up losing. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to go when I get coached by Coach Renz. And they had Bubba too. And then come to find out, Amos went too. So, like, it was, like, cool. We all came and we got good. And then we went to nationals that year. And then I went JV with Coach Nah. And it just, like, it showed me, like, how to lead, be a good player on the field, and how to have that swag too. Because, like, they know my hope. They got the drip, all that. They win. So yeah, it was an honor, pleasure.
No, for sure. I mean, do you guys, Zell, do you agree what I was saying about like how could you guys being that young, can you guys feel the difference being that young, playing for a coach who actually cares about you, opposed to that parent coach where they're just feeding their kid 25 times a game? Like, would you rather play for someone like a Nah opposed to that parent coach where you can see, like, actually caring about the team, like the Renzes, Hurlin, all of them?
Yeah. I'll definitely play for like a coach that's for like the team. Like if somebody's eating, give that person the ball.
winning.
Like, yeah, like we want to win.
It wasn't really about like development. It was like winning. Like it's like it taught you how to win.
Yeah.
And that's what like
That's what we did.
Yeah, that's what we did. Win, and that's what every kid wants to do. When like you actually care about the sport, you want to go out there, play, and win, and that's what we did.
Yeah, for sure. So now, what was your mindset? So like, say like a Brandon comes in, because Brandon's Colombian. You don't see a lot of Hispanic players coming to the Cowboys as much. So like, when you see something like that, do you even care? Is skin color even a thing for you? Because that's the thing people like talk about. But we're keeping it real here. We're keeping it real. If a player who's white comes on your team, Spanish, Asian, does that even matter to you at all? Cousin, brother, your brother's friend, or anything like that? What's your mindset when the kid comes onto your team that, hey, I want to be a part of the Cowboys?
Well, just to add on to what you were saying about, giving guys coaching because their son's there and giving their son the ball. Who plays for me?
Yeah, son.
Does he get any extra?
Nah.
He works just as hard as everybody. My son's been playing for me since he was 5 years old. I taught him. There's a group of kids that all started for me when they were 5 years old. That's my son, Tamoy, Little Hurl, Shadeen, Jalan, DeAndre, that's at West Warwick. DeAndre Chase, is that DeAndre Chase? Mm-hmm. Yep, DeAndre Chase was there then, Tiny Mike. Sakari, Markeem's little brother. There's a bunch of little dudes, and they, all those dudes. I've been coaching my son for a large amount of time, bro, and like that's not, who you are. Like I tell kids all the time, bro. Your playing time, you control your playing time. You control how much time you play. You control the position you play. What you do at practice. I am not here. I'm not even from here, so I don't know your mama. I don't know your daddy. I don't know none of them suckers. So, let me stop. But I don't know nobody, so I have no favoritism. You know what I'm saying? So it's your talent speaks for itself. Your work ethic speaks for itself. What you give me, it speaks for itself. If you're that dog, it's going to show. It's going to shine. You're going to be on the field. One of the toughest things about being a youth coach is like I care about the kids. Being a part of the culture that I'm a part of and where I'm from, teaching the kids and dealing with kids is like a number one rule in my culture. So and just as a people, if we want to be better as a people, we got to work. It starts with our kids first. So I'm huge into the kids. So dealing with kids it's tough because you got to deal with the reality of sometimes a kid sucks. And as a grown man, you got to say that, but you can't say that loudly. You know what I mean? You got to say that because, bro, no cap, every kid's not, but you can't tell a kid that. So it's a slippery slope being a youth coach because you just can't run around. Bro, you got to, you know what I mean?
So I have a question to you. So when you have a kid A, who sucks, they say if it's like 7th grade and they stink, mm-hmm. Are you totally giving up on that kid? Are you still trying to develop him? Or
one thing I love about coaching is coming August 1st, and there's a kid that can't do a 3-point stand. Who do we have that couldn't do one? You know who stepped their game up? Adrian.
Oh yeah.
Didn't he step his game up till the end of the season? Adrian couldn't tackle a lick in August. Come November in the playoffs, Adrian was putting he was sticking homeboy from Hartford, Yeah, man. So like that's one thing I love, watching the kid come in August and he's not all that. But then over the next 2 months, and watch him develop to where his 3-point stance is crazy. He's flying around the field. He's confident. He's making tackles. He's making good blocks. That's what I coach for. That's my biggest thing, bro. Watching the kid develop is huge.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, so you said he stinks, though. So, like, how do you still intertwine him with the good players like the Zells, the Justins, Brandons, bad dudes? How are you putting them out there without risking the injuries of one of your good players, even though this kid may stink beginning of like his 7th grade year?
So what you're asking me now is a coaching technique. That's definitely what you're asking me, because one of the things what you laughing at?
No, because it's big though. Because on other teams where, like, say the Cardinals or stuff like that, they just give up. All right, you're a bench player now. You get your 3 plays in, you get back down, and then you got to deal with the parents. Oh, why isn't my kid playing? Well, your kid stinks. That's why. But then other teams like you're still developing. You're getting them more plays in. Then he's getting better to help you guys out your 8th grade year. a lot of like, how don't you just give up on that kid? Because like I said, a lot of Pop Warner teams just give up, and that kid never develops.
Well, that's just lame. That's just lame dudes out here. It's just hard to find. It's hard to avoid those kind of people. But one of the main teaching points is to separate your group of kids. You cannot. If you got 25 kids on your roster, you can't be doing 25-man drills. You got to break the groups up. You know what I mean? You got to. There's a crew's working on this. This crew's working on that. You got to break it up in order to start individual. Because the best way to teach a kid is one-on-one and consistency. Every day, do it. Every day. It's got to be consistent. Can't take a day off. And and then having that smaller group to where I only got 5 guys. Now I can teach. Whereas if I'm talking to 25, I'm yelling.
Yeah,
that's the key difference.
But yeah, for sure. So how do you so when you're putting these 7-on-7 teams together, because you have been known to have the all-star squad, how are you putting these teams together? When you're looking at what's your thought process when you're putting these 7-on-7s together? And I know you guys want to plug your 7-on-7 national team as well. We want to put it in here. You're doing fundraisers right now for that as well too, right?
Yeah, definitely. Behind the Pads is my track. I said Behind the Pads is my travel org. As of right now, I'm huge. My life is Mount Hope Cowboys Behind the Pads. That's it for me right now. I'm not concerned about I never even wanted to coach high school. To be honest, I never did. It was brought to me. I never went to go. I'm not going. Every position that I have besides the owner of BTP, I was asked to do. I don't go reaching. Somebody came to me and said, "Yo, can you come help us? Can you do this?" But Mount Hope Cowboys, my son was playing Tiny Mike. The coaches were struggling one day. Yo, can you give us a hand? Here I am today. Straight up, that's exactly how it happened. Yo, can you give us a hand? So now as far so starting Behind the Pads, man. BTP, and like I said, it kind of started with these dudes right here, straight up. And I used to pride myself on not hosting tryouts. I really don't have to host tryouts. I don't. I have everyone I need to travel out of this state and compete in this country is right here on my phone. I don't need tryouts. I do, and the reason why I do, me and my wife talked about it, do tryouts to try to get more kids involved, try to give other kids an opportunity. But it's not tryouts. It's not something that we have to do, bro. And I don't have to. I'm not like these dudes are with me because bro. Ask them why y'all with me. I'm real. I don't pay them to hang with me. I'm gonna give you $20. Come chill with me at this podcast, bro. I called them. I said, yo, what'd I say?
Podcast.
You want to go to a podcast? Yeah. They said, yeah. Same way I called them. Yo, y'all want to play 7v7? No, matter of fact, you know where it started? Y'all want to play flag? Mm-hmm. They was like, yeah. You want to go to Philly and play flag?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You want to go to Jersey and play flag? Hell yeah. So that's how it started.
Yeah, we got a comment right here. It says, they're not an all-star squad. It's a determination of the dogs who want to play.
So, what is that?
They said it's not an all-star squad. It's a determination of the dogs who want to play. Of the dogs that want to play.
Okay.
So they're saying that you're not putting an all-star squad together. You're putting together a squad of kids who actually want to play because their determination to play.
Okay, thank you. I guess that's a compliment.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is, but Bubbly, yep. Shout out to Bubbly person. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah. So I mean, do you agree with that? So like, do you think you're putting together all-star squads, or you just think you're just developing these kids from like
all-star squad. I'm just cool with these dudes. It's not my fault he's nice. It's just, I'd have been cool with him if he couldn't play football at all, bro. Like you know what I mean? I'm cool with his pops, you know what I mean? I'm cool with his mom. His uncle Gerard is my man. Me and his uncle go way back. I'm cool with him. Me and his father won a basketball tournament when I first moved up here. I know his father before. I think he was a baby. You know what I'm saying? So like, it ain't got nothing to do. I got some cool friends. Just so happen that they nice. What you want me to do, bro? And I got a few more. Romeo, Vinny, Jakai. This guy's missing. Earl, Izzy, Jalan, Phoenix, Amari. Don't let me forget nobody, bro. Don't let me forget nobody, bro. Dean, when he finally comes on. Come on, Dean. Come on, Dean. It's time to go, baby.
So are you guys on the 7-on-7 squad right now, too, for Nationals?
Oh, us too?
Yeah, you too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. So where are you guys going first?
Arlington, Dallas.
Oh, nice.
Our
nice.
trip's exclusive this year.
Yeah.
This schedule's exclusive this year.
So with people who are watching, we're turning this into a reel. You just look at fundraising. How can they reach out? How can they help you guys get more funding to go to Arlington?
Right now, we have a virtual cannon. It's on my page. My name is Nadim Robinson, NADIN ROBINSON. We have a fundraising. There's a link up for our Cash App. You can always drop $1. I got 2,500 friends. I just asked for $1. Throw $1 in the Cash App. Throw $1 in the Cash App every Friday from now until January 28th we leave. Yeah. Keep throwing $1 in there every Friday. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna hurt you. And like I said, I got the little guys because our organization's kind of big, so we got some younger crews. We've been out there canning. It's wintertime. Canning is not something I prefer to do, but we're at a stage when I created Behind the Pads, I said, we did a lot of fundraising. So I said, so when you do fundraising, you're asking the neighborhood for money. You're always asking the neighborhood. So I said, let's become a nonprofit. Let's become a nonprofit so then I can start filing for grants. You know what I'm saying? And sponsorships like that. The nonprofit is cool. We're a nonprofit 501c3. We're cool. It's cool for little businesses and stuff. But I thought I could file for grants. I've been filing for grants for 2 years. I know there's some people that's going to chime in and be like, oh, you could do this grant. You could do this grant. Man, listen. I'm telling y'all right now, my phone number is 401-499-4653. If you know a grant, call me right now. I'm telling you better be right because I've been all on them. Every time you file for a grant, you file for the grant, go to the next screen, get ready to hit submit. Right before you hit submit, it says, if you are a travel organization, you disqualify from this grant. Every single grant, athletic grant, bro, you disqualify for when you're a travel team. Now, listen, people says, well, how do they know you're a travel team? Well, to file for a grant, you must write a budget plan because you're asking for money. So you have to have a budget plan typed out to show what you need money for, what you're going to do with the money, and where you're going with the bread. You have to submit that. So as far as our goal amount, let's say hypothetically we ask for $50,000. Well, under that $50,000, guess what's a part of that $50,000?
Flights.
Travel. Mm-hmm. So that screws us. So you mean to tell me I gotta go back, redo my budget plan, take off the flights, and then just ask for, you know what that's called, folks? Let me teach y'all a lesson. Y'all know what that's called? It's called embezzlement. It's called embezzlement for all you lame brains out there that don't know nothing about this. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for 2 years with this nonprofit thing, and I've done my homework, and it's not easy. So that being the case, now it's 2022. I can't file for grants. So now I got to go the old school route, and we're back to canning and doing a virtual thing. So please help. I hate to ask people, my wife, and I hate to charge these kids. I sat back and wrote the budget plan for 2023 tournaments. And when I'm writing the budget plan, I'm writing the numbers for each tournament, registration fee, flight. I'm looking at flights, everything. I broke the number down. The number was crazy. Me and my wife, she's like, that's decent number. I'm like, nah, I can't ask my folks to pay this number. That's crazy. So I had to wiggle the number because this is what you need. You need flight, you need hotel or stay, Airbnb. Then you need a vehicle once you get to wherever you're going. And guess what else you got? You got to eat. You know what I'm saying? And then, guess what else? You're going to a tournament. Oh, there's a registration fee for that. Oh, when you get to the tournament, guess what you need? Helmets. Oh, it's $25 a helmet out there. You feel what I'm saying? So there's things. So what I had to do, I broke that down, divided it amongst the kids. The number was astronomical. I said, you know what? Nah. I scratched everything off except for flight and stay. Rental, food, scratch off. Registration, scratch all that off. So I came to a number that was strictly flight and stay. Right now, that number is $350 a kid. That's $350 a tournament. And my girl's like, yeah, that number's it. That, you can ask for that. I'm like, that's still a lot to ask for some folks. Bro, this is 7v7. There's no what is it? National Federation of High Schools. There's no NFHS. There's nothing demanding with 7v7. There's nothing tying these kids in. Yep. They don't have to come to practice. They don't have to play. There's nothing. There's no guidelines. There's no rule. It's recreational, 7v7. There's nothing binding you in. So, to ask somebody to pay $350 for it was crazy to me. I'm like, it's crazy to me, but other people look at, yo, that ain't bad. No, look what you giving them. Nah. I'm like, but still, man, I'm in the hood. I'm always being in the hood. We in the inner city, and it ain't that easy for folks to be coughing up $350. Yeah. Straight up.
So what? So you're assuming you're eating the cost in this. You're covering the rest of those costs, and you've always been like that. Even when Brandon's playing for you, they'll stay at your crib, and you're buying them food. You're taking them out in the morning. You're getting them breakfast. You're bringing them to practice. You're dropping kids off after practice and shit like that. And Angel and all them been on. James, the entire Hendricken team been on, and I was doing that same thing for the kids at Hendricken. I was picking these kids up. We're hitting the field together. We're doing all this stuff for them, and we don't have to be doing that. So where do you think that came about from you? Like, why is that so important to you to help these kids out?
All right, I'm going to give you, you want the real? All right, I'm going to stop sugarcoating it. I sugarcoated it earlier. I'm from Long Branch, New Jersey. I'm a member of the Nation of Gods and Earths. The Nation of Gods and Earths, my name is Nadim Allah. In the Nation of Gods and Earths, one of our main goals and one of our main teachings is the kids, bro. I said this before, but it's the babies. That's where it is. I've been a member of the Nation of Gods and Earths since August 30th, 1988. It's not that many people around. And for those out there that might not be confused with what the Nation of Gods and Earths is, let me help you out with some of the members. The entire Wu-Tang Clan, Busta Rhymes, LL Cool J. Here's one for you that you might like, Jay-Z. These are all members of the Nation of Gods and Earths to help some of y'all out. So, and there's a lot more, but being and what we teach in our culture, and I come from like I said back in the day where it was tougher to be a member of this culture. It was really tough back then to be a member of this culture. You had to know your stuff to be a member of this culture back when I came up, and before then, and earlier times. But you know what I mean. And then there's guys from that time when I came around that ain't even around no more. These brews some of them are Bloods, some are Crips, some of them are, who knows what they're doing right now. Some of them are smoked out, some are whatever. The brothers ain't around no more. It's only a chosen few that's still around. So being a part of the Nation of Gods and Earths is in my heart. It's who I am. It's in my blood. So taking care of the babies is the number one rule of the Nation of Gods and Earths. And the babies are the youth. That's why I'm so dedicated, straight up. It has nothing to do with money, had nothing to do with me clout chasing, and people bug me out. Clout chasing. Okay, you're talking to a guy that ain't from here. What clout am I looking for from a bunch of people I don't know? If clout chasing comes from being around people people you want to impress. I don't know y'all. I just met y'all, bro. I don't care what you think about me. I could care less. I'm more concerned about what my neighborhood thinks about me. So if I was in my neighborhood, then I would say you might be right. I might be clout chasing. But being somewhere where don't nobody and I don't know, man, listen, man, nobody worry about no clout. I'm trying to help these boys get to the next level. And Effie, I don't want to toot my own horn and be like some of these other guys. I got him there. But these kids have already admitted to me, and I can show you the receipts. Samuel Badu will tell you right now, I helped him get into Brown University. And there's a lot of other guys that came up through my ranks that I didn't help Keith get to URI, but Keith's been playing for me his whole life. You know what I'm talking about? Him and his brother Matt. They've been playing for me their whole life. The proof's in the pudding, bro. If they wasn't, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Marquise and Matt wasn't playing for me, they was at Davy Lopes.
Yeah, I mean
that's facts.
Yeah, I mean you definitely helped a lot of kids. Like I said earlier, Brandon definitely appreciates what you've done for him.
My guy.
He wanted to be on, but it's like 3:00 in the morning where he is, so he was sleeping. But so you said a lot of people aren't here and stuff like that. So did you ever fall down like that path where it could have been bad? Like, was there something that happened that like changed your thought, or was that always your mindset from the beginning, or was there like a moment where you're like, oh damn, I gotta change my life before it gets bad?
That moment came when I moved from New Jersey here. When I moved here in Halloween 1999, I left New Jersey because too much knew me and I knew too much. If you know, you know. Straight up, bro. Listen, man, I'm working on writing my book. Somebody's helped me with this little app that you could talk into the app, and the app will take everything that you say and write it and send you back a copy of it written. So I'm working on my little book. My shit's straight out of a movie, bro.
And we got a little sneak peek right here. So what you were following with the new, like the bad crowd and stuff like that, and then it was just going down the wrong road.
Raising Canaan my ass. Let me tell you something, boy. Snowfall my ass. You know who you talking to right now, man? You know what my nickname was back home, man?
What was it?
They used to call me Nah Clean.
Hey.
Because that shit was white. That shit was white, bro.
So we
can't get into all that, though. No. But like I said, I knew too much knew me, man. So the changing moment was when I moved here. I was 24 years old, never had a job. I did 2 months in the 9th grade in Florida, and I got expelled. I never went back to school. That was 1990. First time ever working was when I moved to Rhode Island. So that's 15 years. I was just hustling, a born hustler. So moving up here to get away. I came up here, I had some bumps and grinds moving to Rhode Island, and I still had, bringing some of the old ways with me. So I'm fresh here from New Jersey.
But why'd you pick Rhode Island for, of all places?
It wasn't a pick. It was funny. My ex, I went to Maryland because I grew up in Maryland when I was a baby, when I was younger. So I was like, yo, let's go back to Maryland. The chick I had at the time, I was like, let's go to Maryland. She ain't like it out there. It didn't work out. So she was like, I got a friend in Rhode Island. I said, Rhode Island, New York?
All the time, bro. All the time. Long Island? No, bro. Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. But the times were so hard down there in Maryland. I was like, Rhode Island? All right, man, whatever. So we jumped in the hoopty and I headed on up to Rhode Island. And, it's so funny when I got, so now, all right, listen. Like I said, you talking to a hustler. Being a hustler from where I'm from in New Jersey, that means you always went to New York to do your business and you came back home. Mm-hmm. And that's how we did everything. So back in the day, going to see my connect, Nike and Holy, shout out, no, I'm just going up to Spanish Harlem, 145th and Broadway, 138th, 139th, that area. If anybody's been around that area back in the 90s and the 80s, as soon as you walk, it's like DR. It was like DR back then. So it's funny. So now I'm moving to Rhode Island. Right? I think I moved to Benedict Street. It's like 2 blocks from Cranston Street. So I moved here at night. The next day I said, let me go take a walk. You know what I'm saying? I took a walked down to the end of the block. I looked around. I said, man, what is this? New York, bro? And it was Cranston Street, bro. Cranston Street was my first Rhode Island experience. And I felt like I was right at home. I was like, yo, this is Spanish Harlem, bro. So I was like, this is dope. It was just Puerto Ricans and Dominicans everywhere. Still to this day. So I was like, oh shit, Rhode Island, I see you. It must be a case. So me being a hustler where I come from, when I see all this,
You're like
racist in them. I'm racist in them. You start seeing Dominicans and shit, you start instantly thinking, who the plug? Who's the plug around here, bro? Who got it?
So did you fall in that trap again immediately when you came into Rhode Island?
But it wasn't too long. I ended up getting a job, man, and I was trying to get away from that. And then basically what happened, to make a long story short, which I already made long, is growth and maturity. I grew up, and then what really did was my son. Holy shit! I had little Nadim when I was 30 years old, and that just took a whole toll on me. Like I keep it 100 with you. And a lot of people will tell you this: until you have a child, you will never know what love is. Mm. You love your mama. I love my mama too. I never knew what love was until I had my son. Straight up, bro. The day he was born, I looked at him. I was like, oh shit, this is love. Yeah. Oh shit! I'll blow this hospital up for this dude right now. And I never felt like that before that. You know what I mean?
I think everyone who knows you ain't bullshitting, because did that start or has that always been there, the combativeness in you? Because I think we may have lost a couple of games because of you, where the refs had beef with you. You know what? Fuck this guy. Flag. I'm like, God damn, nah. Look at the back. I'm like, fuck. Hold that shit back. God damn. So did that bring that more ambition out of you, or is that always there? That I guess that combativeness with you.
Well, that's coaching.
That's the raising Nadim.
I grew up as a coach. Growing up as a man, and then also coaching. If anybody out there that's a real coach, they know growing up as a man and then growing as a coach is they're kind of the same, but they're definitely 2 different alleys. Because as a coach, you want to grow, you got to grow and mature as well. That's another, bro. Coaching, you learn humility. It's one thing I try to teach these guys. I coach tough. I coach passionate. I'm in your face. I'm yelling. I'm dogging you out. Da-da-da-da. I'm all over you, bro. In a worse moment. The reason why I'm on you, reason why I'm on them for that moments is to learn humility, bro. Like, you fucked up. So deal with that without having something to say. There's nothing for you to say. If you know you wrong, there's no, I'm wrong, but there's no but, motherfucker. You wrong. Shut up.
Have you ever had those moments where you were wrong as a coach and you had to shut up and hold that back?
Hell yeah.
So are you admitting that to the kids? So like some people, just outside looking in, you're that coach that's the loud coach. and then people may think you're giving that bad reputation to the kids. Oh, this kid, Justin or Zell, they're acting up. Oh, it's because they learned that from Nah. How do you feel if you hear that from other people?
Well, like I said, you can't save them all. I'm not going to change who I am or my style for no child. I'm not. Either you can deal with me or you're not. Like, again, I'm not clout chasing. I don't know y'all. Bro, either you with me or you not. And they know it, bro. And don't get me wrong. If you with me, oh, you know it. I'm honored, bro. How many times do I tell y'all I'm honored for y'all to come play with me? I'm honored for y'all to come, play ball for me, bro. That I'm honored, bro. They don't have to. You understand?
Let's hear from them, Justin. So when you see, everyone knows. Well, those who don't know, Nadim's pretty crazy on the sidelines. The best way to say it. He can get really passionate on the sidelines. He can get into it with the refs sometimes. He can get into it with fellow coaches and fellow members of the football community. And as a player for a coach like that, Justin, how do you feel? Are you taking that in? Are you mimicking him sometimes, or do you know it's coming from a good place? How do you feel? What's your thoughts with playing for someone like a Nadim?
I don't think I would say I mimic him or it's like a bad thing, but it's more he cares for us, cause you guys see him screaming or this, that, and the third, but I see it as a coach that's willing to go to war for us, that's willing to do what it takes to make sure we have a fair chance to win, or that cares if we win or lose or how we end up. One thing, one situation that I like to say now that really reminds me of that. A couple years ago, freshman year, when COVID finally started ending and stuff, we had a tournament. He was in Mass. He was playing way older than us. We was 14. He was playing 18, 19 U, and they started try to punk us, right? And we was in their state. They was whatever. They start swinging or whatever, and he was quick to jump up, quick to have our backs. You know what I'm saying? Make sure nothing happened to us, and he's willing to do stuff like that. That's how I look at it.
How about you, Zell?
I definitely feel he's very passionate, especially about how we are. I feel buying into what he's saying, cause I got a story. We was in his basement and we was watching film, ready to get ready for a championship game, and the guys was just not being disciplined, looking in and locking in. So he shuts the whole down. He had brought mad pizza for us. He was getting us ready for the game. Tore everything up.
Flipped the whole table.
He flipped the table with the
table.
pizza.
All the pizza's gone. Flipped the whole table, bro. I ain't eating shit.
Yo.
Niggas have me heated. Do we need to get into this 2018 team? Because they said it last night. What'd you say last night? Y'all was the what?
We was crazy. I don't know. We got through a lot, but we was
more so much adversity, just so much everything.
People don't understand that 2018 team I think is the reason why our bond is the way it is, because it was one point, literally I guess since that Hyde Park game.
Yeah.
After that Hyde Park game, it was 22 of us, 23 of us. After that Hyde Park game, which was the third or second game of the season, it was just me and them. It was me and my 23 kids, bro. There was no other coaches. Yep. There was no other nothing. Two of the coaches walked off and left me. I watched them walk off in the sunset while I'm standing in a pile of dirty uniforms. They walked off on me and just left me, and it was just me and the kid.
If you don't mind me asking, so why did they walk off? You don't have to name names, but what just happened?
I don't know. I know I'm still cool with both of them brothers now. At that time, who knows what they was going through. But no matter how, but then it's like they said, these dudes was assholes. So I don't know what happened on the ride up to that game that day. I don't know what happened, but these dudes was assholes back there. I got tons of stories, bro. That 2018 team, they was assholes. But regardless of whatever happened, the kids.
Oh, okay. I think you meant they as the coaches that walked off.
The kids was assholes. So I don't know what they did to them two coaches before I got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Remember that game?
Yeah, we had a rough game.
Me and Justin got benched.
Yeah, they got
the coach benched us on defense.
Yeah, I don't know
not offense. He benched us. Starting defense came out and we were just nowhere to be found.
It was a weird vibe that game, because I normally I'm with the team, but it was something I had to do. I had to meet them there, so the kids end up riding up with the other coaches. So I don't know what happened on the bus ride, but I get to the game. Next thing you know, the other coach is like, yo, they ain't starting. I'm like, huh? These kids got to learn something. I'm like, what? Bro, listen, He was adamant about this and stuck to his guns because the other team was on the goal line twice, and we still didn't put them in. Yeah. I'm like, bro, are you serious? We gave up 14 points. And before they even got in the game, we was down 14-0 before they even put that. But whatever happened, I don't know. So anyway, I think that was the bomb because those two coaches ended up leaving me. And it was just, we had some other guys come along that tried to help out. But at the end of the day, it was me and the kids, bro. And I kept telling them that season. I said, bro, I don't have no help. The only help I got is y'all. I need y'all to behave to help me as one man. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that bond between that whole group, that 2018 group, that whole group is with me right now. That whole group is on BTP right now.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. Because like when I played, those certain coaches who I definitely vibed with and who I did not vibe with, and you feel that passion, like that bond with somebody who actually cares, and yeah, they can be hard on you, but then they care for you at the same time. There's certain coaches who are just dickheads to you, and then it's like, why are you doing this for? They have no reasons to do it. And then you're like, why would I go to war for this guy? He doesn't care about me. He is not passionate about me. He's just here just to do it. And, like you guys said, like you can see Nas there for you no matter what. I think, all right, you guys may get into it with the refs or you may get a sportsman-like or something like that. But at the end of the day, you guys are seeing that. And you guys are seeing Nas' passion. And you guys are going to think about that in the back of your heads. You know what? Next play, I'm going to go even harder for this guy. The coaches that I didn't vibe with, I'm like, why would I go to war for this guy when he's just making fun of me? He's embarrassed in front of me, the team, with no type of, like, lesson and plan. So, like, you know what? Fuck this guy. I'm not going to do this for this dude. Someone like you, like, I know that for sure. Like, you know, when you would get into it with these refs and 7-on-7s. I remember remember that one in Fall River? In Fall River with Brandon, Badu, Freddie.
Who's in Fall River?
Yeah, it was in Fall River in that big-ass...
for kicks, not for taunting.
Yeah, taunting. Remember, I got kicked off the sideline? Yeah. Bro, I got kicked off the sideline. I was heated. And then now I had to calm me down, which is the opposite. You're like, yo, what the fuck?
That tournament had me hot, bro.
Yo, I was heated because...
Yo, because I went with a bomb-ass quarterback. I thought he was about to go out there. It's like I told these dudes the other day about their boy, one of their friends, like flag football, bro. That was a flag football tournament.
Yeah.
Flag football is football, but it's different, bro. It's different. Flag football is elusiveness. You got to have your hips open. Yeah. And if you're a stiff-ass football player where you're, bro, it's not going to work for you. Flag's not going to work for you, bro. Because there's no out here. You know what I'm saying? Shit, when your teammates got the ball, you got to stop, stand still. So there's no you can't block or nothing, bro. Like relax, bro. Let's get some sauce out here, some him.
Yeah, I think we had a team. It was the twins. It was Brandon.
We had a team.
We had a team, and then I got kicked out. Then you were arguing with the rest, and like I think at the end of the day, like, but the team saw that and they were going even harder. Yeah. I think we lost like in the Super Bowl game because I think the refs didn't like us.
Is that picture with the Mexican girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. The Mexico girls.
Yeah, and so ball point being is like, you know, those kids are gonna ride for you when they know that you're there for no matter what. Like me and you don't have to be there doing that type of stuff, and then you know they see that they're gonna ride for you at the end of the day no matter what.
And what's funny, you know what's funny, bro? That's literally the first travel tournament I ever went to. That tournament with Brandon and the twin, with the Corey, Cam, Sam.
Yeah.
Who else? I think we had Matt Marquise. I think we had homeboy with the dreads, Malik from Central.
Oh yeah, we had Freddie. We had
Freddie.
Santi.
Yeah.
So all that like being so like So like you guys are riding with Nah, like you guys said. So I mean, I'm not sure what time you guys have to be out for. We're still live streaming. So make sure you guys are. It's 8:30.
Yeah, 8:30. Let's get them out of here by 8:45. I want to get them home by.
All right, cool. One thing I like to do, like to give flowers while people are still alive, people who are really close on the podcast. So we can let Nah finish first, but Zell, what do you want to say? Anything to Nah and Justin? I know you guys are cool too. What would you have to like say to them? Like any credits, any flowers you want to give while still alive on cam?
Well, just like being there when I need you to, like for rides, taking us to trips. You feel me? Just like making sure we're straight and everything. And I just want to thank Justin just for like being there when I need him.
Not for sure, man. Yeah. How about you, Justin? Anything you want to say to these two?
I'd like to thank Coach Nah for always keeping it real and like showing what is what, like being straight up about a lot of things, mostly everything. and Zell, just want to thank him from like being there on and off the field like for my entire life. Someone I can count on.
I love to hear, man. I love giving these flowers while you can still hear them. How about you? Nah, how about you to these two?
Are these two corns, man? Nah, it's my gang, man. It's gang since a baby, man. I love these dudes. They know it. Even guys like they don't know it yet, but I can tell them off the rip, real rap, at least twice a month. At least twice a month, I'm texting Sam and Marquise. At least twice a month, and they're in college. I'll be doing the same thing while y'all in college. I'll be hitting you up. Hold on. Let me stop. I'm lying. Sam, Marquise, Corey, Cam. Bro, I'll show you the messages right now. I just got finished talking to Corey and Cam, just talking to Sam. All my guys that go further. I'd like to talk to Mike, Shadeen and them, Shot King's brother. I don't get a chance to talk to MJ. I don't get a chance to talk to Mike as much. Text him. I don't have his number. But any of my guys that go on to the next level at any sport, I keep in contact with them, man. I love them to death. I'm not. Bro, my goal is to make sure these guys go to college, man. Because my thing with college is, it's like life with college and life without college is like a single disc CD player versus a 6-disc CD player. If you go to college, it's like a 6-disc. You got options. You know what I'm saying? You could just press a button, move on to the next album. Press a button, move on. That's how easy life is. Go to college, press a button. It's like a 6-disc CD. Whereas though if you don't go to college, it's like a 1-disc CD changer. In order to listen to the next album, you got to pull it out the slide, press eject, take that one out, put that CD in. Imagine mad work you got to do, bro. Like this shit, life's harder, bro. Yeah. Life's harder without that college degree, bro. Way harder now. And honestly, even with the college degree, they're making it even harder. Because before, you used to be able to do it with a associates. Now you got to have a bachelor's.
Yeah.
Or a graduate.
And the biggest thing, too, I could say to you guys is definitely networking. Definitely network. Meet as much people as you possibly can. Get yourselves out there. When they have like those networking events, they're doing at the halls, something like that. Go to those things. A lot of people are going to look at you weird, like, are you doing that? Bro, I'm telling you right now, the people I know who are successful in life are the people that are doing those events, that were studying abroad, who are going on vacations, living their lives. Not the people when you're we can get to it next. That's my quick topic before you guys leave, but I'm not sure where you guys are going. But I went to URI. The people who I know at URI who are coming back home to party every single week, they ain't doing nothing right now. Like, bro, like you need to associate yourself with different groups of people, diverse yourselves, because if you're gonna hang around the same people that you went to LaSalle with, bro, I'm telling you, you're not gonna get to the next level where you should be going. Because don't limit yourself. So I can definitely say, I tell Brandon all the time, I'm sure you know the same way now. Like, you need to surround yourself with different people. For sure. And because I don't know. I know you guys both committed to URI. I'm not sure if you guys want to say anything to Alex. I know Alex helped you guys out a lot too or anything like that. Real quick. It's up to you guys. He's live. If not, too bad, Alex.
Wait, yeah. Committed,
yeah.
No, Cortez, ACSC.
Yeah, cool. Nobody committed.
Oh,
no one committed yet? Oh, shit.
Nah.
Well, we can't get into it. We don't have to get into it if you guys don't want to.
I better stop lying out here.
No, commit. I'm saying
offers cool.
Offers. Yeah. So what are you guys looking at right now? Any offers looking to you guys? Remember, we're live. I'll say this right now. Same thing you don't want to say.
I got 5 offers from Navy, Army, LIU, Brown, and URI.
No, nice.
Currently.
Nice. So, man, that's all dope. And you're just waiting for more to come in. You're just evaluating your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, like last week, I just stopped even. Like I was worried more about the state championship, but now that I got out the way, we're going back to coach and talking it over, thinking of the best decision for our families.
Nice. Is there that sticks out to you the most? You want to stay close by, or if you don't want to talk about it, you can say no comment. We can go to Justin.
I plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth. How about you, Justin? Who's looking at you?
URI, Sacred Heart, UNH, Pitt. But it's like, same thing he said. It just had the biggest game of our lives, so really been worried about that. And now that that's over and like a weight's lifted off our shoulders, I think now we'll start getting back into like the recruiting thing. But
nice. Anything you want to say? Any college coaches looking at you?
Plead the fifth.
But
smart. And how about you? Now, what are these coaches? You don't have to plead the fifth. What are these college coaches getting with Zell and Justin?
Oh, they getting some bomb-ass athletes, bro. I'm telling you. A lot you can do with these guys. And it's not just one thing I've always taught them is keep as many tools in your tool belt as possible. Don't just be one-dimensional at this position. Be able to do multiple things because you never know what somebody's looking for or what you might have to do. But the problem I wanted to speak about right now is that we have a lot of athletic talent in this state, but the fact that we are in Rhode Island is forcing these kids to have to go prep. Yep. And it takes, as a kid in 2022, And because what the problem is, we got adults that's commenting and adults that's making decisions. But the adults that's making decisions and commenting, they were never a kid in 2022. Most of the adults that are in charge and making the rules and regulations, well, when they were these dudes' age, there was no internet at all. You feel what I'm saying? So you guys out there that are making these rules and making these guidelines and making things the way they are as adults, you guys are making it worse for them. They right now they're put in a position where that they have to go prep just to get out of here, bro. And for these kids in 2022 to have to go, like you're telling me, so hold on, wait a minute. I go 4 years of high school, I kill them, I win a state championship, I get all kind of awards and all this, and what? I still gotta go what? Like what the fuck did I just work for? The fuck you mean I gotta go prep? Yeah, that's the shit we telling our kids. But then you're expecting a kid in 2022 to say, have no problem with that. Like, okay, I'm going to work my ass off for 4 years, longer than that, but the last 4 years have been crazy for them, in and out the weight room, training, getting ready to this, trying to beat the school from Warwick. You know what I'm saying? Going through different shit, bro. And now you telling me I got to go prep? You know what kind of mental strength you got to have to deal with that now today? I'd like to see some of these adults, if you could do that back then. When you were, and you know what I mean, if you were living in these kids' age right now, these kids are different, bro. They got social media they got to deal with nowadays, bro. When we were kids, we didn't have to worry about 1 million plus people looking at us.
Yeah,
all we had to worry about was John, Dick, and Harry from up the street. Stay away from homeboy grandma because she yelling out the window. We just our community. These kids got millions of people that view them on multiple different platforms, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you, as an adult, the people that make the decisions, do you know how to live that kind of life now? No, you don't. You don't have a clue what it is. So to ask these kids to go hard for 4 years and then tell me I got to go prep for another, man, we're lucky as hell if any of them decide to do that. But look what we're doing to our youth, bro. This is what we're doing. Bro, that process can deter them.
Yeah, 100%.
Deter them like, you know what, man, fuck this shit, bro. Yeah, I ain't doing that again, man, for this cornball coach. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
and I've seen a lot of kids get deterred, especially at private schools. I played at private school, too. I played at Saints.
Man, hold on.
I know a bunch of these kids, and it's
hold on.
Yeah.
The graveyard. Did we just talk about the graveyard? This is the graveyard, bro. This is where they go, bro. When they get frustrated and don't have the mental focus to deal with it, they go to the graveyard. No disrespect to my hitters out there. Yo, pig meat, I love you to death. I love all my dudes down there, but 9-man Rhode Island flag is the graveyard for studs that didn't have what it took to get to the next level, bro. And this is what we're still doing to our kids. There's tons of guys down there at 9-man flag. What, Markeem Monroe is one of the best athletes to ever grace the grass in Rhode Island. Y'all out y'all mind. That boy ridiculous. And we just sat here and just let him just slide under the rug like that. Didn't push him like, come on, man. The fuck are we doing out here? Prince Johnson, another, bro. There's tons of dudes down there playing 9-man flag that are savages, bro. Savages. But the system, I got to do 4 years and now I got to go prep. I just worked my ass off for 4 years. That ain't good enough? Nah, I need you to do 5. And then pray you get and then you got to go extra. Hold up. The year in prep, you got to go harder than the last 4 years of high school just to transfer out of prep to get to where you want to go. The fuck are we doing to our kids, man? Shit's nuts. No, yeah, if I had the lottery, I'm opening up a college. I'm opening up a college. I'm going to come bust all y'all asses. Nick Saban, I'm coming for you. LSU, I'm opening up a collge, bro. I'm bringing my niggas to college, bro.
Hey,
sure.
Prime, watch out.
Nadim University, man. Let's go, bro. Stop playing with me.
I do agree, though. I think it's wrong where these adults who are coaches at all these schools, they want these kids to act like grown-ups when these grown-ups aren't acting like grown-ups.
Couldn't do it.
Like, hey, a sophomore who worked his ass off, who's a stud, you're not going to play him at all. Not even give him playing time on special teams or offense too. You guys are up by 40. He still doesn't come in. The kid gets courage to ask you, hey, coach, what's going on? Oh, don't worry about it. Just keep working. How about you be real to that kid? You know what? You're not going to play this year. You should transfer to EP or you should transfer to public school. Why don't you just be real? Oh, but then the parent speaks up for the kid, and then the parent acts up. Now you're going to punish that kid because the parent acted up because you're going to give that kid a straight answer. Why don't you act like an adult and give that kid a real answer? Because these kids have their future, and you're deterring them, like you said, you're deterring them away because you don't want to be real with them.
Yep.
If you don't think they're going to play, if you don't think they're worthy enough for your school, let them know so they have the option to leave. Don't be like, you know what? If you work hard enough, you may hit the field.
Yeah.
When you know they ain't. Yeah. When you know they're not. When you know you don't have a plan for them their senior year or your junior year. Why don't you be real and you be the adult and let them know so they can be out if they want to be out.
Let me tell y'all something. All you adults out there that's listening right now, disappointed kids make aggravated adults.
That's facts.
I'm a disappointed kid. I spent many a day sitting on a stoop waiting for my father to come pick me up. Told me he was coming and never showed up. I got massive memories of this shit, bro. Tears, my grandmother pissed off. Like, I got massive memories. You disappoint kids, you make aggravated adults. We don't want a planet full of aggravated adults, bro. That just raises the crime rate.
Yeah, and like, you guys are gifted. You guys probably don't have to worry about that as much. But there's a lot of kids, so I'm sure you guys know, who had a talent to at least see the field. I'm not saying they're going to play D1 college, but they probably had enough skill to get some playing time when you guys are up, especially you guys are a team, when you guys are smacking teams, and you guys see these kids not even get some playing time. Them are the kids who deserve to be on that D1 or offensive one, and they don't get that playing time. Why don't you just be real? They get transferred to Saints, because I'm sure Saints would need them, or they get transferred to Tolman. But no, you're just giving these kids false hope, which I think is messed up when they want those kids to be adults when they're not even being like that. That's one thing I can say about Rhode Island. Around sports.
Noise the hell out of you, don't it?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
But yeah, man, let me, before we get out of here, let me make a couple shout-outs.
Yeah, for sure. Go for it.
I don't want to forget nobody. Behind the Pads, BTP, nonprofit inner city youth organization. We are a youth travel club. We travel the country and we do 7v7 and 5v5 flag tournaments. We are currently sponsored by Shock Doctor. If you don't know about Shock Doctor, head on out to Dick's Sporting Goods and look up Shock Doctor. We are a sponsored team. Again, like I said earlier, I don't go asking for shit. People come to me. Shock Doctor came to us. Shock Doctor, the head of Shock Doctor, Eli Miller, the CEO, the president, called us and asked us to be a part of Shock Doctor. We didn't go reaching for them and fill out no sponsorship form or none of that. They asked us, bro. So that right there, again, honored. That's the way it's done. And let's keep it a buck, Zell. We was getting mopped up. I mean, we pretty much won some games that we got cheated, though. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, we beat Texas Fury.
Yeah.
We had Boom. We had Boom on their heels, bro. And then that game in Maryland, that Maryland team, we almost had them too. I mean, we played some tough games. We got, we had some bumps, some bumps. But the fact that we kept showing up and kept giving our effort, never quit it, we balled out. We went, and like I told them, like I said, behind the pads, when we go to tournaments, we do college tours as well. So like the day before the tournament, which is Saturday, that Friday, we're visiting a campus, Florida State University, a lovely facility, University of Maryland, sickest locker room I ever seen in my life, sickest facility for football players. They got their own restaurant with a Folka hibachi.
Oh, I'm there.
They got their own hibachi, bro. They chop it up right in front of them. Kentucky facility, sick. Facilities dope. This year, 2023, we're going to see more campuses. So with what we do, visiting colleges, going to these tournaments, we win as soon as we get off the bus. I keep telling them that. We won, bro. As soon as we got off the bus, we visited this campus, we won, bro. Ain't who else is doing this? And it ain't just, I'm not going to sit there and say like, yo, Rhode Island. Nah, anywhere. I don't care where you at. How many people doing this? It's not a lot. It's not a lot. So again, I want to shout out, running down the list of Behind the Pads. This is what we do, college tour, travel team. Shout out to my younger dudes, man, Sebastian Laura, Fairlawn Cardinals, 13U, Sebastian Laura, and a whole bunch of my other young boys play for that team. My boy, Coach Charlie, congratulations to them for going to regionals, winning regionals, going to nationals again, back-to-back. Salute to them guys, but definitely salute to my guy, Sebastian Laura, and Tashad Brown, the quarterback. Two BTP kids, been with me since they're young. Sebastian is a straight monster. And here's another one, like, people be like, a lot of guys be like, yo, these dudes out here be claiming kids like they're theirs. That's your kid. These ain't your kids. Let me tell you something, bro. You tell these kids they ain't mine. I ain't claiming them. They telling me this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, yeah. You tell Zell he ain't with me. You tell him that. He with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes, I'm not kidnapping them. They with me because I'm real. And, so, again, Sebastian Laura is another one, bro. He's about to be the next one. Remember the name. I'm telling you right now. He's about to be one of the best things to come out of the state next to these dudes. I'm telling you, it's his turn. He's coming up. So shouts out to him. That's my guy. Shout out to my other guys, man, the twins, Aiden and Jaden. Mari's little brother, Mari. Shout out to my guy, Mari, Mari, the corner, number 44. He won a championship with them. His two little brothers, his twins, they play for me too. too. Kendall Perry, little Kendall, Lorenzo Perry's nephew, Kendall Perry's father, little Kendall, my quarterback, dude's problem. Just I'm trying to remember all my guys, my coaching staff, Jabril, Sid, Jay Ambrose, EB, who else am I forgetting? Oh, most importantly, Miss Rose, my wife.
Thanks.
My wife.
Real one.
Yes, she's the reason why this show moves the way it moves. Love you, babe, forever. I don't know. I was talking to a couple of coaches, and they were like, "Oh, how do you do it? How do you do this? How do you do this? Yo, this." I'm telling you, it's my wife, because I know a lot of guys that coach. Their wife be bitching. Why you not home? Why you not here? See, the thing with my wife is she right with me. If I'm coaching, she's recording. She's right there, bro. Because I need to film to watch, and we make highlights of the kids too. So again, man, behind the pads, my baby. We're working on something right now. There's other travel leagues in Rhode Island. There's other travel orgs in Rhode Island. Salute to you guys. I don't have no animosity towards none of these other travel clubs out here. But my thing is, I'm from an area where you got to salute the originators. You just got to start paying homage. You feel what I'm saying? So let's not act like you didn't get the idea from somewhere else, bro. Somebody had to start it in the area. And you know what I mean? I don't mean to toot my own horn. But, it starts somewhere, bro. But salute to my guys. We the original travel club, bro. There was no travel before we started this, bro. You understand? We the originators, bro. So salute to my guys, man. Like I said, we're sponsored by Shock Doctor. We'll be on the Shock Doctor tour. Waiting for that OT7 email.
Okay.
When that OT7, because those that don't know about OT7, if you're on the 7v7 circuit, let me tell you something, you guys out there. These kids know about OT7. Every kid in this country knows OT7. It's a 4-day tournament. You play 3 games Thursday, play 3 games Friday. It's the biggest tournament on the planet, bro. In order to make that tournament, you got to get invited. In order to get invited, I'm not telling y'all. I ain't telling y'all. But
So,
wait till that invite drop.
Hey,
Wait till that invite
here,
drop.
we're not on the pod. And so, any closing words for Zell? Anybody you want to give out? Shout out to rising in the ranks, LaSalle guys. What should we expect from LaSalle next year? Any closing words from you? Shout out anybody else who you see as inspiration in Rhode Island. Any up and coming anybody else? So like any schools.
Shout them out.
Shout out my mom, my teammates, Zone 6 for real.
Zone 6.
My RC record. My coaches, all my coaches in the past and in the present. My teachers too. Everybody's in my life.
Hey, nice. How about you, Justin?
Shout out my mom. Shout out my teammates I just won a championship with. My young bulls. Like young bulls like Jabari and all them. Shout out them. Shout out my family that's there for me. All the coaches that made me the person I am today. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming through. I said kind of little words to you earlier, but I definitely appreciate what you did for Brandon. He definitely appreciates everything you've done for him. I know you want me to say that to you too. And I think everything you do, man, is good. It's coming from your heart, coming from a good place. Little passionate at times, which I love it though, because they said the kids see that and they appreciate that at the end of the day. As someone who was Brandon's brother from the outside, like a father figure to him, I appreciate what you did for him because a lot of coaches don't have that real good intention inside. And I love what you do with the kids. Anybody who ever reached out to me and they say what's a good organization to bring their kids into to develop, I always say the Cowboys now for sure. Yeah, man. So keep doing what you're doing. And I'm gonna let you know for sure. I'm gonna donate $400 to you guys. I'll send it to you. I'll give you a check, bro. Nah, for sure.
Fuck out of here, bro. When I was in the game, I told you I was in the game like this. Get out of here, bro.
Nah, because are you different?
Appreciate you, bro.
Of course, bro.
Appreciate you.
Like, I know you do it from your heart. I know you ain't stealing this money. It comes to a good organization.
Man.
Reach out and put that cash out right in front of them. So definitely reach out, develop, donate, because going to a good thing. Like you said earlier, he's, taking away from these kids taking away the travel and just the travel and just the hotel they're
Just
paying
hotel.
for.
They ain't got to pay for no rental when we get there. And they know what do we eat before game night?
Pasta.
Look.
Brandon will never stop talking about this place you took him to beforehand. It's like a pizza place near your house. He said it's the best pizza he's ever had. I don't know what he's talking about. I still don't know what he's talking about. 'Cause I'm like, I don't know what place it is. He's like, I don't remember. But I know it's the best place ever.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
I gotta ask
dope,
Nam.
man. Brad, let me know.
Yeah, no, man. So I know it's coming from a good place. I know the money's going to a good thing, and I'm gonna reach out to you. We can link up for that after, and
Sure.
I know it's going to a good place. So definitely, get that fundraiser to Nah. Definitely appreciate it. We're going to good kids. We're going to a good organization. So S get it, baby, and LSA 2024 repeat.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All my
sir.
young bulls got it.
Yes, sir.
Shout out my 2025s and 2024s.
Go, Terrence. That was fun.